some questions about checking my wheels? Oh, I can help you with that. One thing you might notice, depending on the floor that you skate on, your wheels can get gunk on them. Some rinks are a bit dirtier than others, or if you're skating outside, you can get stuff on there that makes it a little bit wobbly, or you feel something attached to a wheel. So you can clean it off just with water and a rag. You can go to basketball court type floors, and that will sort of clean off harder wheels for sure. And when you use a rag, just make it kind of damp, not too wet, and try not to get water in this bearing area. Just keep it on the outside. Also good to check for hair. A lot of the time you might find hair spun around this area, so making sure to get hair out because that can slow the wheels down. One way you can know when to change your bearings or clean them out is the sound. Now this one sounds pretty quiet. This one sounds a little louder. So that might mean that it's time to clean the bearing. You'll start to hear like a or you'll start to sense the wheel isn't moving as smoothly. Some people buy new bearings. I tend to clean mine usually with alcohol. You can buy a little kit or you can just do it yourself in a little container. There are tons of tutorials on YouTube for that. It's good to regularly check how loose your wheels are. They can get very loose and eventually fall off while you're skating. So sort of going like this, pulling out. This one's pretty good. This one's a little bit looser, so I can tighten that. People have different preferences about how tight they like it, but I tend to not have much wiggle. Good. There are many different versions of this, but I always carry this with me. I want a pretty stable, consistent platform, so if the wheel was a little bit looser, you kind of don't know precisely where you're gonna land every time, so it's good to just not have much wiggle room there, but definitely enough to keep a smooth, long roll. For example, if it's too tight, it's not going to really move very much. So you need to find that sweet spot where it's far enough out to roll, but enough in to stay stable. Now these wheels are pretty new, so the edges look pretty good. These wheels are a bit older. You can see the edges are more worn down. So when they start to get worn down in a certain place, you want to rotate your wheels. A lot of people suggest going across. So if I'm going to put this wheel on this part and this wheel on this part, ultimately you start to see where you wear down the most. I tend to wear down this inside front wheel the most. So then I'm going to move it to the outside so that I get more balanced wear down. Knowing when to get new wheels is kind of a personal preference. Some people really wear their wheels out. It also depends if it's a soft wheel or a harder wheel. But for example, a wheel like this that's sort of in the middle, it will start to feel a little bit more sticky. None of the slide will be there anymore, and the corners will be worn down. It's also good to check your plate. I have an Arius plate, so I have these 2 pins that I often check because that's something that can come loose. So different people have different plates, and just check any of the hardware that is a screw of any sort and make sure everything's secure. So in closing, just take care of your wheels and they'll take care of you.